So here's a great solo. It's the Bohemian Rhapsody solo. This one's really melodic, and if you take a look at some of the chords that he's playing and some of the lines that he's playing, I think you'll see that the reason why it's so melodic is because he's really aiming for some chord tones. Alright, so this one takes place in the key of E flat major with some twists at the end. So let's take a look at the chords. First, it's an E flat chord. I'm going to be playing this as a C shape with my root note on the 6th fret on the 5th string. You could also play this in a normal bar chord. Then I'm going to be playing a B flat over D. This is kind of like my G shape, only my lowest note being a D. That's what the B flat / D means. And then C minor. All right. After that goes to an F sharp or an F minor, and then to a B flat major. All right. Now the second time around, it's virtually the same thing, except here's E flat over B, C minor. Measure there, F minor. Now after this, he starts walking down, D flat major chord, then he ends it on an A chord when it goes into the kind of the fancy part with all the vocals and whatnot. So here's the first lick. Alright, and now that lick is going to take place in my E flat major pentatonic, because that's the key that we're in, but I'm going to be using my G shape, which my root note is going to be found on the 11th fret on the 6th string. Alright, great. Now I'm going to be starting out on the 8th fret, 4th string. I'm going to be bending up on the 10th fret, 3rd string. I'm going to be releasing that bend and then pulling off to the 8th fret on my 3rd string. So that's 4th string, 8th fret, bend up, on the 3rd string, 10th fret, release and pull off, and be hitting the 11th fret on my 2nd string, hitting my 8th fret on the 2nd string, and then bending up. Now after that, he's going to go to his D shape major scale. Alright, and so my root note for my D shape is going to be here on the 13th fret, 4th string. And then he's going to be going on the 2nd string of that scale. He's just going to be kind of just using that string. Alright, so that's going to be 13th, 15th, 16th. Then repeat that again. 13th, 15th, 16th. And he's going to be bending right up on that 16th fret and aiming for that, well, that'd be the 18th fret right there. So bending up on that 16th fret, aiming for the 18th fret. Now the next little bit is going to be taking place in his C shape right up there. Alright, now my root note's going to be way up here on the 18th fret on the 5th string. And I generally just try to think of this as just an E flat, just an octave up. After the 12th fret, everything just repeats. So that's kind of how I tend to think about it. It's going to be starting out on the 18th fret right there. And the only note that he kind of steps out of the scale for is going to be the C note, which is way up here. Again, so 15, 17, 19, 20th fret right there. And that's about the only one that he really steps out of the next couple lines for. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to be starting out on the 18th fret on the 2nd string. And now he's going to be walking up the 1st string of that scale shape, that C major scale shape. He's going to be going up to that 20th fret on the 1st string. Now for this next line, I did kind of simplify it so that it was something easy to kind of convey through a video lesson. So this isn't exactly what he plays, but it's in the spirit of what he's playing. All right, and that is going to be the kind of the fast line of this whole solo. All right, now this is all taking place in that C major scale shape again, with my root note on the 18th fret on the 5th string. All right, now he's starting out on the 1st string. Is going 18th, 16th, 15th, and he's going to be hammering on the 16th and then pulling off. And he's going to be going 15th on the 1st string to the 18th on the 2nd string. Now, that hammer on and pull off is pretty quick. Now he's going to be on the 2nd string, he's going to do something very similar. It's going to be 18th, 16th, then hammering on and pulling off on the 15th to the 16th, and then back. Now he's going to be going to the 17th on the 3rd string, and then he's going to be going hammering on and pulling off again on the 2nd string, 15th to 16th, back to 15th again. He's going to be going 17th to 15th on the 3rd string. So that is. The next line, we're still going to be in our C major scale shape. The only difference is that just like before, we're going to be kind of heading up here to the 20th fret. All right? So everything is just going to be right around there. The only note that's out of there is just going to be that 20th fret. So he's starting out on the 3rd string, 15th fret, and he's just walking up the scale. So it's going to be 15th, 17th on the 3rd string, 15th, 16th, 18th on the 2nd string, 15th, 16th, 18th on the 1st string. Now he's going to be doing the exact same thing, he's just going to be adding the 20th fret on the 1st string. Now he's going to be going on the 2nd string, and he's going to be going. That is my 2nd string, 15th, 16th, and then 17th on the 3rd string, 15th, 16th, 17th on the 3rd string, 15th, 16th, bend up. We're aiming for that 18th fret right there. There we go. Now these next two lines are going to be indicative of the chords that he's kind of aiming for next. So I'm going to be looking at the next one as the next funky chord is going to be that D flat. So that's where the next line comes from. Be thinking of my E shape. Again, E shape looks like an E for my D flat chord, Lydian scale. And I'm going to be going my 10th fret, 12th fret, 13th fret on the 3rd string, 13th fret on the, and then 13th fret on the 3rd string again. So that's 10, 12, 13 on the 3rd string, 13th fret on the 1st string, 13th fret on the 3rd string. This next one is going to be kind of based right around an A. Is an easy way to think about it. It's going to be the 9th fret on the 1st string. Hit that 3 times. Then he's going to be going to the 6th fret on the 3rd string. Now he's going to be hammering on and pulling off on the 7th fret. So I'm on the 6th fret, 3rd string. He's going to go 6, 7, 6, and then he's going to slide down to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. All right, so that's 9th fret, 1st string, 3 times. 6th fret on the 3rd string, and that's 9th fret on the 1st string, and then 6th fret on the 3rd string. Sliding down to that 2nd fret on the 3rd string. All together.